45 minutes left. Archangel Michael says, your grandmother said your name 3 times last night. He's trying to stop something. Open this now. Last night, as the veil between worlds thinned, something shifted in the spirit realm. A whisper moved through the ether, louder than thunder to those tuned in. Your name was spoken, not once, not twice, but 3 distinct times. The voice that called it had the weight of generations behind it. And though no one else in the room heard it, your soul did. You stirred. The air grew thick. You woke with a feeling that someone had just left the room, as if an invisible presence had been sitting at the edge of your bed, watching, waiting, warning. This wasn't a dream. It wasn't imagination. Archangel Michael confirmed it this morning. Your grandmother came through the sacred veil with urgency. His spirit crossed dimensions because something dark was forming, something set in motion by someone you trust. And time, as Michael now declares, is running out. 4 to 5 minutes remain. That's it. A spiritual door is closing fast, and if you don't walk through it before the lock clicks shut, a sacred inheritance, both divine and ancestral, may vanish into silence. His message isn't just a warning. It's a rescue. Your grandmother's spirit is aligned with Archangel Michael right now, battling unseen forces to give you this narrow window. The name he repeated wasn't just a call. It was a spiritual key. He said your name 3 times because your soul needs to remember who you are, what bloodline you carry, and the sacred covenant you're about to forget unless action is taken. Have you noticed strange delays lately? Things that should be easy suddenly blocked. Have people from your past reappeared with odd timing? Have you felt restless, anxious, even attacked without reason? These are not coincidences. They're side effects of a spiritual sabotage initiated against your destiny. And your grandmother, who once carried the protective mantle over your family, has risen from the spirit realm to stop this before it's too late. In the next few parts, the entire mystery will unfold. You'll understand why your grandmother came, who triggered the spiritual attack, and what Archangel Michael is commanding you to do within the next 45 minutes. You'll be told exactly how to activate the spiritual firewall your bloodline left behind. But you must stay with this message until the very end. Don't scroll away. Don't silence this divine alarm. Don't delay. You were chosen to break this. You were called by name. He spoke it 3 times. That means your soul still has time. When a name is spoken 3 times in the spirit realm, it sends ripples through time itself. The triple call is not a casual utterance. It's a sacred code that unlocks urgency. Archangel Michael revealed that your grandmother didn't just call your name in longing, but in divine sequence. 1 time for your past, 1 time for your present, and 1 time for your threatened future. This was no hallucination. This was a prophetic intervention from your bloodline, made possible only because a sacred covenant is being jeopardized at this very hour. The moment your name echoed in the realm of light, angels halted. It wasn't just sound, it was a summons. Your grandmother knew that something had been tampered with in your lineage. Someone had spoken against your name in the realm of darkness, trying to delay what heaven had prepared. The repetition was a restoration spell, an ancestral override, summoning Michael himself to block what's coming unless you respond. Type I am anointed to get blessing 7641. Free calls are never random. Throughout history, the divine has used repetition to awaken sleeping souls. Samuel, Samuel, the Lord called in the temple. Moses, Moses, echoed from the burning bush. Saul, Saul, ran out on a road to Damascus. Your name is now part of that lineage. The triple invocation is God's way of jolting the chosen ones out of slumber. That's why your chest felt heavy. That's why your dream shattered into urgency. You weren't imagining it. Heaven was calling, urgently. The spirit of your grandmother is not in distress. He is in battle. He saw what was being set in motion and refused to stay silent. His soul still carries authority, and Archangel Michael stands behind him, sword drawn. This isn't folklore. This is spiritual intelligence. The same way warriors once defended the borders of your ancestral land, now spirits of light are defending the borders of your soul. But a wall has been breached. That's why this message had to find you. Type I am rising to get the blessing 8395. As you read these words, time is compressing. The 45-minute window is not symbolic, it is spiritual law. Once the threshold closes, what could have been reversed may lock into place. There are 3 stages to every spiritual delay: diversion, deception, and derailment. Right now, you are between stage 1 and 2. That means you still have time. But time alone won't save you. Response will. And Archangel Michael is commanding that you listen with your soul, not your ears. Here's something important you must understand. Someone close to you is unknowingly part of this sabotage. They don't even realize it, but their actions are aligning with the shadows. It could be someone you recently reconnected with, someone who offered help that felt strangely timed, or someone who spoke about your grandmother casually, as if drawing energy from the past. These are not accidents. The spirit realm is layered, and discernment is now your weapon. What your grandmother spoke was not just a call, it was a code. There's a number attached to it, a sequence hidden in the air that night, which we will reveal in the coming parts. But you must first understand that this message is a lifeline. You didn't stumble upon it. Heaven delivered it with precision. The divine clock is ticking, and the angels have aligned to speak directly into your spirit. Keep reading. Keep listening. Keep your posture alert. Type I am chosen to get blessing 9022. There is a fracture in your bloodline, one that began generations ago and has quietly echoed through each descendant, limiting the full flow of divine blessing. Archangel Michael has made it clear this fracture was not accidental. It was the result of an unspoken betrayal, a forgotten covenant, or a pact made in desperation. Your grandmother's spirit came through because you are the one chosen to mend it. You are the spiritual bridge, the repairer of ancient walls, the vessel through whom restoration must come. When he said your name 3 times, it wasn't just a warning. It was a handing over of spiritual responsibility. He sees you now standing where he once stood, at a crossroads where heaven and earth collide, where decision makes destiny. Your grandmother walked with spiritual knowledge that few around him understood. He knew the cost of inaction. And now, with 45 minutes left, he's calling you to finish what he could not. Type I am rising to get the blessing 4896. Many in your bloodline have lived under a curse of delay, always coming close to breakthroughs but never crossing the finish line. Promotions that vanish, relationships that crumble right when peace seems near, finances that rise only to fall again. This cycle is not just misfortune. It is the echo of that fracture. It is the silent sabotage that moves from one generation to the next. And you, dear soul, were born not just to endure it, but to end it. The darkness that your grandmother saw approaching is not new. It has visited your family before. But this time, it has evolved. It's smarter, quieter, disguised as normal. It speaks through doubt, cloaks itself in busyness, and whispers, "This is just life." But Archangel Michael says it is not life, it is limitation. And if you don't discern it now, it will weave itself into your next season, blocking miracles you were meant to receive before this year ends. Type I am anointed to get blessing 5511. This is why urgency surrounds you now. This is why your sleep hath been restless, your thoughts unsettled. Because heaven has marked this moment. In the spirit realm, it is known that if you say yes, truly yes, to this calling, something will snap in the chains that have bound your bloodline. Your grandmother sees it. He's watching from the veil, aligned with Archangel Michael, surrounding you with light. But they cannot force your choice. The spiritual realm never violates free will. It only issues holy alerts. Some of the things you're experiencing right now, misunderstandings in your family, friends pulling away, blessings being delayed without reason, these are symptoms of spiritual congestion. Your name is being blocked in places it was meant to shine. Your voice is being dulled in conversations where it should echo with authority. But the heavens have decreed a reversal is possible if you activate it. That activation starts with recognition, repentance, and response. And we are guiding you through each of these steps in this message. You must now speak to your atmosphere. You must declare that the patterns of limitation break with you. Don't wait for a perfect time. Do it now. Say it aloud. Your words are weapons. Your declarations are tools. Your willingness is the divine permission the angels need to move fully on your behalf. Remember, heaven partners with obedience, not perfection. What matters is your alignment. The time is short, but the window is still open. If this message has stirred your spirit and sparked new courage in your heart, we invite you to give a super thanks of $20. Your generosity empowers us to continue bringing prophetic clarity, strength, and hope to those walking the journey from betrayal to breakthrough. You can also support our mission through a PayPal donation. Just click the support here link in the video description. Every contribution, no matter the amount, helps us reach more hearts with encouragement and truth. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a word of spirit-led insight, divine guidance, and powerful encouragement designed to equip you for your next season. Type I'm aligned to get blessing 6672. Not every enemy in your life comes dressed as a threat. Some come cloaked in comfort, wearing the mask of family, friendship, or even protection. Archangel Michael says that part of what your grandmother saw was a familiar face, someone near you, harboring the wrong energy. This person may not even realize they have become a vessel for delay. Their intentions may seem innocent, but their influence is poisonous. They are unknowingly feeding a force that wants to halt your spiritual elevation. This is not about fear. It's about discernment. Your soul has likely felt uneasy around this person recently. You may feel drained after talking to them, or confused after they give advice. That's because their energy is colliding with the anointing on your life. Your grandmother called your name 3 times to help pull your attention back to your true spiritual assignment, and away from the distraction this person is causing. Type I am guarded to get blessing 7219. The spirit realm often moves in patterns. This isn't the first time this individual has unknowingly blocked your forward movement. Perhaps in the past they dissuaded you from applying for something you were qualified for, or caused you to question yourself at a moment when confidence was critical. That wasn't coincidence. It was interference. And though their face is familiar, the frequency they carry is not aligned with your divine future. Archangel Michael says, be kind, but be clear. Distance is sometimes protection. Your grandmother's message is not just a warning, it's a release. He's trying to break the emotional tie that keeps you tethered to influences that no longer serve your spiritual growth. You may feel guilty cutting off or creating space from this person, but you are not doing it from anger. You're doing it from clarity. You must prioritize your purpose over people's comfort. You were not called to fit into everyone's expectations. You were called to fulfill a divine mission. Type I am separated for glory to get blessing 5880. Energy doesn't lie. It either uplifts or oppresses. If you've noticed a slow heaviness creeping into your thoughts, or a dullness that wasn't there before, it's not you. It's the influence of someone spiritually misaligned with your purpose. They might be a channel for manipulation, even if unintentional. Your grandmother saw this from the other side. You witnessed the way this person's shadow was stretching into your path, trying to dim your light. But now that you've seen it, you can block it. Heaven always reveals before it removes. What you're experiencing now is not punishment. It's revelation. And when the veil is lifted, clarity must become action. You cannot unsee what the Spirit has exposed. And exposure is a gift. It is the first step in deliverance. You're not being asked to confront in rage, but to protect in wisdom. Not everyone can go with you to the next level. And some familiar voices must be silenced for your true voice to emerge. This is your crossroads. And it's emotional. Yes, but it's necessary. Sometimes the most dangerous delays are dressed as loyalty. Your grandmother's voice still echoes because he wants to see you walk free from cycles he himself was never able to escape. You must not carry the weight of someone else's bondage on your own journey. Step forward, and do not look back. Type I am free to get blessing 6134. Your atmosphere holds power. Objects, memories, and items around you carry energetic signatures that either accelerate your destiny or delay it. Archangel Michael is revealing now. There is a cursed object in your space. It may seem harmless, sentimental, or decorative, but spiritually, it's acting as a silent gatekeeper, blocking angelic flow and anchoring demonic energy. Your grandmother saw it in the spirit. That's part of why he called your name. He's trying to get you to see what's keeping the darkness attached. This object may have come from someone with impure intentions. A gift you didn't question. Something passed down from someone whose heart was not clean. Or perhaps it was purchased without spiritual discernment. Something second-hand, something antique, something that felt off from the moment it entered your home. Michael says this object is a carrier of interference, designed to blend in but destined to block. Type I am protected to get blessing 5762. Have you felt unusually fatigued in your space? Do certain rooms feel heavier, colder, or spiritually dense? That's not your imagination. Spirits attach themselves to items just as they do to people. Your soul may feel drained near this object. You may find yourself more forgetful, more anxious, or more spiritually numb around it. This is a spiritual trap, one meant to mute your discernment over time. That's why your grandmother's warning was so loud. He saw what you didn't. Your grandmother once removed a cursed item himself. He did it quietly, instinctively, and saw the blessing flow begin immediately after. You are now being asked to do the same. But first, you must identify it. Pray. Ask for divine sight. Walk through your home. Pay attention to what your spirit reacts to. It might be something small, a book, a trinket, a piece of jewelry, or an old letter. Don't dismiss your first instinct. That's where the answer hides. Type I am anointed to get blessing 8881. The moment you remove this object, you'll feel the shift. Light will return. Dreams will sharpen. Favor will begin to move freely again. The stagnation that has surrounded your mind, your finances, or your family dynamics will start to lift. This isn't superstition. It's spiritual intelligence. You've been asking why things have felt stuck. This is your answer. And your grandmother, from his place in glory, is urging you to take it seriously. Don't delay this cleansing. Don't reason with the object. Don't keep it out of sentiment. If it's spiritually cursed, it must go. You are the gatekeeper of your home. You have authority over your space. The presence of angels increases where demonic residue is expelled. As you cleanse your atmosphere, Archangel Michael will station reinforcements, and your home will become a sanctuary again, not a battleground. Once the object is removed, speak aloud. I close every portal that was unknowingly opened. I reclaim my spiritual ground. No enemy has legal access to this space. These words are not just declarations, they are keys. They reestablish heavenly boundaries. Your grandmother spoke your name to remind you that your voice holds power. And now, your voice must declare war on the hidden interference. Type I am rising to get blessing 7943. Dreams are one of the most sacred ways heaven communicates. But when the enemy seeks to confuse or delay a chosen one of the first places he targets is the dream realm. Archangel Michael says your sleep has been invaded lately, not by rest, but by distraction, confusion, or silence. What was once a portal of divine messages has become clouded. Your grandmother's threefold cry was partly a call to waken you from the spiritual fog and restore clarity to your night visions. Your dreams were never meant to be forgotten, blurry, or empty. In previous seasons, you likely saw things before they happened. Faces, signs, instructions. But now, it feels like silence or noise. That's a red flag. Your spiritual antenna has been tampered with. The reason is clear. The enemy wants you deaf in your most sensitive hours. And your grandmother, who once received divine direction through dreams himself, has seen this theft occurring from the realm beyond. Type I am awakened to get blessing 6907. Think back. When did the shift in your dreams begin? Was it after reconnecting with someone? After an argument? After entering a new space? The disruption likely aligned with an event or exposure. The spirit realm responds to moments, and something recently rerouted your dream axis. It's not irreversible, but it is urgent. The enemy knows if you can't receive heaven's messages at night, you'll be spiritually handicapped during the day. Michael is here now to break that interference. There are two types of spiritual dreams, those that warn and those that reveal. Your enemy has worked overtime to keep you from both. By clouding your dreams, he's making sure you miss warnings about people, decisions, or timing. Worse, he's trying to steal the strategies heaven was downloading to move you forward. And you felt this absence. Something in your spirit knows that something valuable is missing when you wake. Type I am restored to get blessing 7432. Your grandmother had a rare gift. He could interpret dreams that others feared. He passed this gift down to you, even if no one acknowledged it. That inner knowing, that gut feeling you've had your whole life. It's not emotion, it's discernment. And it flows most freely when your dream realm is open. Now is the time to restore that gift. You must anoint your pillow, declare your sleep protected, and rebuke every force sent to confuse your visions. Before you sleep tonight, speak this. I reclaim my dream realm. I banish every thief of vision. I declare angelic dreams, divine messages, and prophetic insight will return to me in full clarity. These words have weight in the spirit. The angels respond to declarations. You don't need to fight with fear. You need to activate your authority. Your grandmother's voice echoed last night because he knew what heaven was still trying to send you before dawn comes again. Michael says that as soon as you act, the shift will begin. The first dream may come tonight, or over the next 3 days. But clarity will return. Expect symbols, expect visas, expect divine visitations. Keep a journal beside you. The instructions will be precise. Don't let the enemy mute you anymore. The battle over your dreams ends now. Type I am illuminated to get blessing 8055. Your name carries power. In the spirit realm, names are not just identifiers. They are assignments, frequencies, spiritual seals. When your grandmother said your name 3 times last night, it wasn't just a call. It was a direct activation to disrupt the delay that has been assigned to your name for years. Archangel Michael revealed that the enemy marked your name early on, hoping to entangle it with spiritual detours. This delay has affected your timing, your relationships, and even your identity. You've likely felt this manipulation without knowing its source. You've been in the right places at the wrong times. Opportunities have come, but only after great struggle. Doors opened, only to close again without reason. That's not just life, it's delay. And that delay has not been natural. It's spiritual. Someone cursed your name in the past, and the echo of that curse has followed you quietly. Your grandmother saw it clinging and intervened in the realm of light. Type I am vindicated to get blessing 6270. Some delays are not about your worth. They're about your name being targeted. Think about it. Have people mispronounced your name at critical moments? Has your name been forgotten on documents, missed in emails dropped from conversations? These subtle signs are not random. They are indicators that something or someone is trying to make your name vanish from places it was meant to be honored. The enemy knows that erasing your name from a season is like erasing your authority in it. But now, the reversal begins. Archangel Michael has come to restore what was stolen from your name. He is sharpening the sound of it in heavenly registers. Your name is being cleansed in the courts of heaven. Where once it was silenced, it will now resound. Where once it was skipped, it will now be called forward. And every document, decision, and declaration attached to your name will begin to realign under divine authority. Top I'm remembered to get blessing 7551. You must take part in this restoration. Say your full name aloud, even now. Bless it with your own mouth. Cancel every negative word ever spoken over it, whether in ignorance or intention. Speak life over it. Speak legacy over it. Speak resurrection over it. Your name is your spiritual identity card. It must be kept holy, covered, and declared with authority. Your grandmother knew this, and that's why he repeated it thrice, to realign it, to recharge it, to return it to the divine register. If you've been hiding behind a nickname or alias because of shame or rejection, this is your sign to come out. Your full name holds spiritual power, and the moment you reclaim it, heaven moves in agreement. You will begin to see favor respond faster. You'll notice your name being called in rooms you weren't even expecting. People will suddenly remember you, recommend you, or reach out to you. It's not random. It's restoration. The 45-minute clock hasn't stopped ticking, but with every act of obedience, the acceleration increases. The curse assigned to your name is breaking now, and in its place, a divine seal is being stamped upon it. Your name is not only being restored, it is being exalted in spiritual places. Walk in it. Speak it boldly. Your legacy depends on it. If this message has stirred your spirit and sparked new courage in your heart, we invite you to give a super thanks of $20. Your generosity empowers us to continue bringing prophetic clarity, strength, and hope to those walking the journey from betrayal to breakthrough. You can also support our mission through a PayPal donation. Just click the support here link in the video description. Every contribution, no matter the amount, helps us reach more hearts with encouragement and truth. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a word of spirit-led insight, divine guidance, and powerful encouragement designed to equip you for your next season. Type I am redeemed to get blessing 8113. Time in the spirit realm is not counted the way humans understand it. What seems like minutes to us can be entire seasons spiritually. That's why Archangel Michael is warning you. The 45-minute countdown is not just earthly, it's heavenly. Your grandmother saw the grains of sand falling in the divine hourglass, and he spoke your name to jolt you into the present. You are standing in a critical spiritual moment, one where divine timing is both available and vulnerable. There are doors that only open during specific alignments. These windows are not always repeated. When you feel sudden urgency in your spirit, even if your mind doesn't understand it, that's the sign that heaven's clock is chiming. Your body may not know the why, but your soul does. That urgency is the spiritual equivalent of a final boarding call. If you delay, you may miss a divine appointment designed years ago for your breakthrough. Type I am aligned to get blessing 7624. This is the hour when old things are meant to break off and new seasons are ready to be born. But the enemy loves to distract right before birthing time. You will send confusion, laziness, even good things, just to stall you from responding to great things. Heaven says you must not let comfort or doubt keep you from moving now. Your grandmother's cry was a spiritual alarm. Archangel Michael's presence confirms the urgency. You must move. There is something you were supposed to start recently, but you've hesitated. A step, a message, a lawn, a prayer, a decision. The hesitation is costing spiritual time. The longer you wait, the more resistance builds. Heaven is shouting this truth into your timeline. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. The hourglass is tipping now, and divine oil is being released to those who say yes without excuse. Type I am moving to get blessing 6440. Let go of the fear that you're not ready. You don't have to have it all figured out. Your willingness is enough for heaven to release support. The angels are already positioned to walk with you the moment you begin. Your grandmother is watching, not with judgment, but with hope. He knows what happens if you say yes. He saw it in visions even before he passed. This is the season where everything could shift, but not if you remain still. Timing is spiritual currency, and some opportunities cost more if missed. You don't want to pay the price of delay. Don't let small distractions rob you of eternal reward. Whatever your hand was supposed to start it now. Don't scroll away from this. Don't silence this moment. Your grandmother didn't appear in spirit for drama. He did it for deliverance. His voice is linked to your timeline because this decision impacts your legacy, not just your life. Right now, Archangel Michael is standing at the door of your future, holding it open, but the knob is turning slowly. When time runs out, that door doesn't close in anger, but in spiritual law. Heaven honors timing. And right now, it's your turn to say yes, while the sands are still falling. You were born for this window. Don't miss the shift. Type I am stepping in to get blessing 8741. There is a specific spirit the enemy dispatches when divine assignments near fulfillment. It is the spirit of confusion. It doesn't come to destroy all at once, but to blur the lines of clarity, twist your discernment, and cloud your decisions. Archangel Michael says that this spirit was released against you recently. Your grandmother saw it encircling your aura, weaving fog around your thoughts, disguising delay as logic and stagnation as wisdom. He spoke your name because he knew this spirit was not just near. It had already started its work. Have you found yourself questioning everything lately? Even things you were once certain about? Have simple decisions felt harder, and trusted voices started sounding suspicious or unclear? That's the confusion working. It slithers into conversations, distorts your inner voice, and makes divine instructions feel like dangerous risks. This is not your natural overthinking. This is strategic spiritual warfare. Type I am clear to get blessing 7310. Confusion thrives in noise. It multiplies in clutter. That's why recently your environment has felt heavier. It's not just physical mess, it's spiritual chaos. The enemy's goal is simple. Get you so tangled in indecision that you miss the hour of movement. But Archangel Michael says this spirit has been recognized, exposed, and will now be confronted. Your grandmother's cry was a clarion call, a sounding of truth to pierce through the fog that has hovered too long. This is the moment for silence, prayer, and stillness. Not all battles are won in action. Some are won in clarity. You need to recenter your spirit, detach from the voices that distract, and re-anchor yourself in what you know to be true. Confusion often masquerades as intellect. It presents options, not answers. But divine direction doesn't come with 10 choices. It comes with peace. And peace, right now, is your proof. Type I am discerning to get blessing 6811. One tactic of this spirit is to cause you to question your identity. He whispers things like, what if you're wrong? What if this isn't for you? What if you're making a mistake? But hear this. The very fact that confusion increased proves how close you are to clarity. The enemy doesn't attack what he's not afraid of. You are on the edge of something pivotal. That's why the fog has gotten thicker. Because your next step is a breakthrough disguised as a decision. Your grandmother wants you to remember who you are. He called your name to reconnect you with your roots, your calling, and your clarity. He remembers the fire in your childhood eyes. He remembers how you once saw things clearly before life got louder. That purity, that intuition, it still lives in you. You must reclaim it. The spirit of confusion cannot steal what heaven has declared. To break this spirit fully, speak this aloud. I cancel every spirit of confusion sent against me. My mind is clear. My path is lit. I am aligned with the will of God. When you speak this, the fog begins to lift. Angels respond to declarations rooted in identity. You are not meant to wander. You are meant to walk in precision. And starting now, you will. Type I am focused to get blessing 7023. There's a voice inside you that has been steadily quieted, not by accident, but by years of conditioning, rejection, and subtle spiritual warfare. Archangel Michael says that the enemy's plan has not just been to delay you, but to mute you. The voice you once had, the confidence, the authority, the clarity, has been hidden behind layers of fear and second-guessing. Your grandmother saw this muting begin, and his voice called out through the veil to reignite yours. You weren't always afraid to speak. There was a time you could declare what you saw, what you felt, what you believed. But something changed. A betrayal. A moment of deep rejection. A time when your voice was dismissed or attacked. That moment became a spiritual muzzle. Since then, Every time you've tried to speak boldly, hesitation followed. This wasn't just trauma. It was a targeted spirit sent to suppress your power. Type I am restored to get blessing 6934. Your voice is more than sound. It is activation. When you speak, things shift. When you declare, chains break. The enemy knew that your voice had the capacity to create ripple effects in the spirit realm, so he orchestrated moments to make you doubt it. Archangel Michael is now saying, enough. Heaven is restoring your roar. And your grandmother, who once used his voice to defend the family, is passing you that same mantle now. Remember, in Genesis, creation didn't begin with touch. It began with voice. Let there be. Your voice carries that same spiritual DNA. You are not meant to whisper in places where you're called to declare. You are not meant to stay silent when injustice is happening in your family or delay is surrounding your destiny. You are called to speak, to command, to prophecy. This is the reawakening of that authority. Type I am vocal to get blessing 8082. There are specific things you must now speak aloud. Promises you've hidden in your heart but never declared in the atmosphere. It's time to pull them out. Write them down. Speak them over your day. Say them into your room, your home, your car. The silence is not protecting you. It's suffocating you. Heaven has been waiting for your sound to return. Your voice is the key to unlocking the next door. Your grandmother was known for his words. Whether soft-spoken or bold, his voice carried weight. And now, that anointing is flowing to you. When he spoke your name 3 times, it wasn't just a call, it was a crowning. A spiritual ceremony from the unseen realm, handing you back your voice. You are not invisible. You are not voiceless. You are the echo of generations, and the speaker of divine solutions. Declare now, my voice is restored. Every place where I've been silenced is now being opened. I will speak with fire, with truth, and with clarity. I release every word that was locked inside of me. These are not empty affirmations. They are spiritual artillery. The enemy hears you and trembles. The silence is broken. The time for speaking has come. If this message has stirred your spirit and sparked new courage in your heart, we invite you to give a super thanks of $20. Your generosity empowers us to continue bringing prophetic clarity, strength, and hope to those walking the journey from betrayal to breakthrough. You can also support our mission through a PayPal donation. Just click the support here link in the video description. Every contribution, no matter the amount, helps us reach more hearts with encouragement and truth. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a word of spirit-led insight, divine guidance, and powerful encouragement designed to equip you for your next season. Type I am heard to get blessing 7190. There is a promise that was made long before you were born, spoken in the secret place between your grandmother and God. It was sealed not on paper, but in prayer. A covenant that said, protect the one who comes after me. Give them what I never could hold. Your grandmother carried dreams he could not fulfill. Not because he failed, but because he was a seed. You are the harvest, and the promise that hovered over his life is now descending onto yours. Archangel Michael says that you are not just living your own destiny. You are the continuation of one. Heaven doesn't forget covenants, even when generations pass. The angelic realm has preserved this promise in sacred scrolls, waiting for the right moment to activate it. That moment is now. That's why your grandmother spoke your name 3 times last night. He wasn't just warning you, he was reminding heaven, this is the one. Let the promise now be fulfilled. Type I am the promise to get blessing 6876. The promise wasn't about material things. It was about impact. Influence. Spiritual authority. It was about being a breaker of generational bondage, a healer of the bloodline, a speaker of truths no one else dared voice. You were always meant to carry what others dropped, to lift what others feared. That's why the enemy targeted you early. He saw what was wrapped inside of you and hoped to discourage you before you discovered your inheritance. But now the scroll is open, the seal is broken, and the instructions for this generation have been handed to you. You are being given wisdom beyond your age, strength beyond your experience, and vision beyond your natural sight. But the promise can't rest on an unwilling vessel. That's why this moment requires a full yes. Lot of hesitant yes. Lot of delayed yes. A soul-deep surrender that says, use me. Woo through me. Fulfill the promise in me. Type I am chosen to get blessing 7629. You may feel unworthy. You may think, but I've made mistakes. I've doubted. I've run away. And heaven's response is simple. You're still the one. Grace didn't choose you because of perfection, and chose you because of purpose. Your grandmother's faith covered your doubt. His prayers filled your gaps. He asked heaven to remember you even if you forgot yourself. And heaven listened. Now you stand on sacred ground, a decision away from unlocking doors your grandmother never got to walk through. You wanted to see the family free. You wanted to see the name elevated, the land restored, the light returned. But life limited his reach. You have no such limitation. You carry both his desire and your own anointing. You are double portioned for this moment. Repeat this aloud. The promise still lives in me. Every prayer prayed before my birth is meeting me now. I carry the hopes of my ancestors and the power of heaven. I will not fail this assignment. These words realign timelines. They repair what time tried to break. The promise is alive, and so are you. Type I am the fulfillment to get blessing 8402. Some blessings don't disappear. They get delayed. Not because heaven changed its mind, but because something stood in the way. Archangel Michael now reveals that a major blessing, meant for you months ago, was blocked by spiritual interference. Not stolen permanently, but suspended. It hovered above your life, waiting for the right moment, waiting for your alignment, waiting for you to awaken. Your grandmother saw it. He cried out because he knew this blessing was assigned to shift everything. This blessing wasn't small. It was catalytic. It was supposed to move things in your favor, in your finances, in your relationships. But someone, knowingly or unknowingly, spoke against your name, and their words carried enough frequency to delay its descent. Not destroy it. Delay it. That's what the enemy does. He cannot cancel what God has authored, but he can corrupt the timeline. He can create detours. And that's what happened. Type I am restored to get blessing 8890. But now, because you stayed on this path, because you've opened your spirit to hear, the blockage is being removed. Archangel Michael is personally clearing the airways. The blessing is beginning to descend again, not with a whisper, but with thunder. You'll know it when it arrives. Sudden emails, unexpected calls, divine connections. Things that were cold will become warm again. Things that were closed will suddenly swing open. This is the promise of accelerated recompense. Understand this. Blessings have voices. They cry out when they are hindered. That's why your dreams have been strange, why your energy has felt inconsistent, Why you've had waves of frustration without clear cause. Your soul has been sensing what your mind couldn't name. A spiritual parcel with your name on it hath been circling, waiting for the clearance to land. Your grandmother said your name 3 times because the clearance has now been authorized. Type I am cleared to get blessing 7517. The delay you experienced wasn't just about this blessing. It was a test of whether you'd still believe in the absence of evidence. And you did. You kept hoping, kept praying, kept listening. That obedience is what turned the tide. The blessing has not expired. It has multiplied. What was blocked is now double. What was slowed is now accelerated. But you must stay in agreement. Do not slip into doubt just as delivery is happening. Say this now. I declare every delayed blessing in my life is now released. I remove every blockage, every word curse, every legal right of the enemy to hinder my flow. What is mine must come. These are not poetic lines. They are spiritual codes. When spoken with belief, they cause angelic movement. Archangel Michael is responding. Heaven is aligning. Your grandmother's voice has activated what your faith must now receive. This blessing isn't just for you. It's for the family. You are the breaker. You are the door opener. And when this blessing lands, it will flow to others connected to your obedience. Your siblings, your children, your parents. One blessing through you can restore hope to an entire household. That's why this is so serious. That's why your grandmother intervened. He knew the impact. He saw the chain reaction. And now, so will you. Type I am receiving to get blessing 8649. Every divine promotion is preceded by a final test, a moment designed not to break you, but to reveal whether your heart is truly aligned with your next level. Archangel Michael says this test has already begun. It may not have looked dramatic. It likely came subtly, in an interaction, a reaction, a sudden emotional spiral. Your grandmother saw it approaching, and when he said your name 3 times, it wasn't just to warn you about what was coming. It was to prepare you for how to pass. Tests in the spirit realm are about obedience, not comfort. Often, what feels like betrayal, rejection, or disappointment is actually a test of posture. Will you bless when you want to withdraw? Will you move forward when fear tells you to sit still? Will you forgive when anger begs to be justified? This test isn't about punishment. It's the gate before your upgrade. And how you respond in the next hours will finalize the access granted to your next season. Type I am faithful to get blessing 7968. Do not be surprised if a person from your past suddenly reaches out. Do not be shocked if something inconvenient interrupts your routine. These are not distractions. They are mirrors. The final test always reveals how much you've grown. Heaven watches closely in these moments. Not to shame, but to validate. Because where you are going requires emotional precision, spiritual maturity, and a heart free from bitterness. You cannot bring old toxins into new territories. This moment is not about proving yourself to others. It's about proving your alignment to heaven. Can God trust you with influence, with breakthrough, with legacy? If a small offense can still reroute your focus. Archangel Michael is watching, shielding, and guiding, but the choice will still be yours. Your grandmother is interceding even now, his spirit crying out, let them pass. Let them break the chain. Let them move forward. The battle is almost over, but you must cross the final line. Type I am ready to get blessing 8337. Your words in this hour matter more than ever. What you speak in frustration will echo louder than you expect. What you mutter in private will shape what forms in public. This is a season for holy speech, for declarations rooted in heaven, not in emotion. Pause before reacting. Speak from your spirit, not your pain. The test will tempt you to regress, but heaven is watching for progress. Repeat this aloud. I am passing this test. My heart is clean. My motives are pure. My response is aligned with the will of God. I will not miss my moment. You are not weak for feeling the pressure. You are powerful for facing it. Angels are surrounding you, reinforcing your resolve. They are silencing every lie trying to sway you off course. You are closer than you think. The breakthrough is not in the distance. It's within reach. Your grandmother saw the test. He recognized its pattern. He remembered how it came for him once, too early, too fast. He wasn't ready, but he made a promise that if he couldn't defeat it, someone in the bloodline would. That someone is you. This is not about perfection. It's about response. Will you rise when it's hard? Will you obey when it's uncomfortable? If yes, then the shift becomes irreversible. Heaven's doors swing open, and your name is called through. Type I am victorious to get blessing 9110. This is it. You've been brought to the threshold. Not by chance, not by emotion, but by divine orchestration. You followed the call, felt the urgency, and responded to the voice that echoed from the realm of the ancestors. Your grandmother did not cry out into the void. He cried into your destiny. His threefold call was a key, meant to unlock your memory, your boldness, your divine assignment. Now, the door is open before you. You must understand what this moment truly is. It is not just a conclusion. It is a crossover. The instructions, the revelations, the blessings that were delayed, the healing that was hovering, the restoration that was blocked, they are now ready to manifest. But heaven only moves with those who say yes. A full yes. A soul-deep yes. A yes that doesn't ask when or how, only obeys with complete surrender. The angels are watching. The gate is unlocked. The window is thinning. This is your hour. Look back for a moment, not with regret but with awe. See what you've come through. See what didn't break you, what tried to confuse you, mute you, rob you, delay you. And yet, here you are, stronger, wiser, anointed, chosen. Your grandmother saw the strength in you before you could even speak. You prayed for this day. He interceded beyond the grave. And now, his greatest hope is fulfilled, not in his own life, but in yours. Now you must walk forward. Leave behind what was familiar but broken. Step away from voices that sound safe but drain your spirit. Release the guilt, the fear, the hesitation. This isn't just about your blessing. It's about your legacy. What you do next writes the future for those who come after you. One obedient step in the spirit realm sets healing in motion across generations. You are not just being watched. You are being supported, surrounded, empowered. Heaven is invested in your next move. Archangel Michael stands ready. Your grandmother's voice has done its part. Now it's your turn. Step through. Speak. Move. Declare. Trust. The divine is no longer whispering. It is roaring in your favor. If this message has stirred your spirit and sparked new courage in your heart, we invite you to give a super thanks of $20. Your generosity empowers us to continue bringing prophetic clarity, strength, and hope to those walking the journey from betrayal to breakthrough. You can also support our mission through a PayPal donation, Just click the support here link in the video description. Every contribution, no matter the amount, helps us reach more hearts with encouragement and truth. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a word of spirit-led insight, divine guidance, and powerful encouragement designed to equip you for your next season. I am stepping through to get blessing 9901.